Hey everybody. So my wife told me that I'm the wrong audience for what I was trying to say and talk about. Um, so I want to talk about with what Uncle Ben said to Peter before he died when he talked about with great power comes great responsibility, because it's interesting that that statement gets tied into Spider-Man, but Uncle Ben didn't know that Peter was Spider-Man when he told him that. And I was talking to my kids about this because it was really about Peter becoming a man and taking responsibility for the power he had in his intelligence, because Uncle Ben raised him. He knew he was a really smart guy. And originally, Uncle Ben and Aunt May were Catholics. And, as Catholics, they're taught the principle of stewardship, right? And as a man or a woman, God gives us certain things, certain abilities, certain skills, and He expects us to be a good steward with those things. And so at that time, Uncle Ben was ministering to Peter about what it's like to be a man, and that his abilities that he has, his wisdom, he didn't know he was Spider-Man, right? So he just knew that he was a really smart guy. And he told him, with great power comes great responsibility, because it was important for him to be a good steward of the gifts that he has. And so the principle behind with great power comes great responsibility is the idea that we are to be stewards of our gifts. And that's why I love Spider-Man. That's why he's my favorite superhero, because he's relatable. He's someone who, he's just like you and I, just a normal guy who was given some crazy powers that he didn't know what to do with. And he was just a kid, basically, just a young man. And, became an icon because he was a model of stewardship. And what makes him such an interesting character to this day is because he continues to be that model of stewardship. And so I wanted to kind of share that thought because I thought it was interesting, and I've never really hear anybody talk about that principle in relation to Peter and in relation to Spider-Man. So anyway, Godspeed, everybody. Peace.